Breaking, Kim Se-ron cleared of guilt. Shocking claims against Kim Soo-hyun's agency revealed. Could it all have been a lie? For 3 long years, actress Kim Se-ron was buried under the weight of a scandal that nearly ended her career. But now, a jaw-dropping confession from a former employee has flipped the entire narrative on its head. What really happened behind closed doors, and was a powerful agency pulling the strings all along? Let Red Carpet Revealed take you inside the untold story. It was a gray May morning in 2022 when sirens echoed through the quiet streets of Gangnam. A black SUV had crashed into a transformer box, cutting power to an entire neighborhood. Traffic lights blinked out, cafe refrigerators died mid-shift, and security alarms wailed into the chaos. At the center of it all stood Kim Se-ron, once the darling of Korean cinema. Now a villain in the public eye. The headlines that followed were ruthless. Child stars fall from grace. Kim Se-ron's drunken shame. Social media didn't need a trial. She was guilty, exiled, discarded. Brands dropped her. Projects erased her name overnight. And the industry turned away as if she had never existed. But what if the story was never hers to begin with? Act 1. The Fall. At just 21, Kim Se-ron had grown up before the camera's lens. With her porcelain face and nuanced performances, she was once touted as the future of Korean film. That future shattered the moment her blood alcohol level came back over the legal limit. But even as her name trended for the wrong reasons, few asked why she was driving that morning, or who had been with her the night before. In the aftermath, she disappeared. No interviews, no red carpets, only a haunting photo circulated of her serving coffee at a small cafe. The image was sobering, literally. It painted her as a fallen idol, living off minimum wage. Then came the twist. A viral video showed her laughing with friends, raising a glass at a birthday party. But something felt off. The lighting, the timestamps, the background noise, it was wrong. Online investigators quickly revealed the footage was months old, edited and released to spark outrage. But by then, it was too late. Sympathy turned to scorn. Kim Se-ron became a cautionary tale, not a comeback queen. Act 2. The Silence. Behind closed doors, her world crumbled. Sources close to the actress spoke of sleepless nights, sudden weight loss, and failed attempts at psychiatric help. She was no longer just exiled, she was erased. According to a family acquaintance, Kim repeatedly reached out to her former agency, gold medalist, for assistance. She begged for help. The source said, she wasn't asking for fame. She was asking to live. She would not receive it. And then, on a rainy winter night, emergency services found her unconscious in her home. She had left behind a note that simply read, "I tried." The country mourned, but briefly. News outlets moved on. The industry let out a sigh of relief. Then, 3 years later, everything changed. Act 3. The Whistleblower. It began with a single voice. A former employee at Gold Medalist came forward anonymously, his voice shaking in a recorded interview leaked online. He claimed that the DUI scandal had been manipulated, orchestrated to protect a much bigger name, Kim Soo-hyun. The allegations were explosive. According to the whistleblower, Kim Se-ron wasn't alone that night. She had attended a private dinner with executives and actors, including Kim Soo-hyun. She wanted to call a substitute driver, the whistleblower revealed, but she was pressured to move the car. The company feared exposure. More damning was the claim that Kim Soo-hyun himself had been too intoxicated to drive, and allegedly asked Kim Se-ron to do it for him. What followed was a calculated media maneuver. The agency allegedly held an emergency PR meeting. They decided to protect the asset. The whistleblower said, Kim Soo-hyun had endorsements worth billions. Se-ron? She was disposable. Act 4. The Rebirth. The backlash was instant. Fans demanded answers. A national petition, titled, The Kim Soo-hyun Law, amassed over 50,000 signatures in days. It called for the legal definition of sexual grooming and power abuse to be re-evaluated, specifically citing Kim Se-ron's underage years and rumored relationship with an older male star. The public, once eager to burn her at the stake, now looked inward. Had they condemned a victim to protect a myth? In a dramatic press conference, Kim Soo Hyun denied all accusations. "I never asked her to drive," he stated, visibly trembling. "We were not together that night." But documents surfaced suggesting otherwise: restaurant receipts, GPS logs, and a chilling statement from the restaurant owner claiming Kim Se-ron had begged not to drive. Investigations reopened, legal teams scrambled, and somewhere, in a quiet corner of Seoul, Kim Se-ron's mother lit a candle at her daughter's memorial and whispered, "They know the truth now. Our investigation led us to a former stylist who worked under gold medalist Kim Se-ron's previous management agency. The stylist, who asked to remain anonymous for safety reasons, revealed chilling details of the night that would end the young actress's career. We had just wrapped a private dinner in Gangnam. Se-ron wasn't the only celebrity there. She was clearly tipsy, but aware of her condition. She cried in the van and kept saying she didn't want to drive," the stylist said in a trembling voice. She even called the agency hotline, asking if a driver could be sent. But she was told to handle it quietly. "Don't make a scene," they said. The stylist claims that several higher-ups from gold medalist were at the same gathering, including an unnamed A-list actor who was described as untouchable. The identity of this actor was not confirmed by the witness. But the implications are clear. Kim Se-ron wasn't the only one responsible that night. The leaked email. "We cannot let this damage KSH's brand." Perhaps the most damning piece of evidence is an internal email sent just hours after the accident, allegedly from a senior public relations officer at gold medalist. The message, which was provided to Red Carpet revealed by a former employee and authenticated through forensic analysis, outlines a disturbing crisis plan. Subject: urgent, KSR incident. From pr.lead@goldmedalist.kr. 2. exec.team@goldmedalist.kr. Date: May 18, 2022, 5:37 a.m. Damage control is in motion. We must isolate KSR as the sole subject of the incident. Do not mention other attendees. KSH's brand cannot afford association with this scandal. Emphasize KSR's responsibility in the press statement. Prepare for KSR contract termination ASAP. Media outlets have been contacted to redirect narrative. This is about protecting the company's future. KSH, initials that, in context, strongly suggest Kim Soo Hyun, has long been the agency's crown jewel. If this email is authentic, it implies that the company was actively protecting their most lucrative asset while offering up Kim Se-ron as the sacrificial lamb. Behind closed doors, she was treated like an inconvenience. The stylist's account doesn't end with that night. They claim that months of mistreatment preceded the scandal, from being denied mental health support to being excluded from key meetings. Kim Se-ron's growing discomfort within the agency had been visible to insiders. She was no longer treated like talent. She was a liability. "I once overheard a manager say, 'Just get her through the year. Then we'll cut her loose.'" According to the witness, Kim Se-ron had even attempted to switch agencies, but was threatened with legal action if she broke contract early. She was trapped, isolated. By the time the accident happened, she had no one left in her corner. The fallout: silence, depression, and the final goodbye. After the DUI scandal broke, Kim Se-ron all but vanished. Her attempts to return to acting were blocked. Every brand endorsement was dropped. Her only remaining income came from part-time jobs, which were soon mocked when manipulated videos falsely showed her enjoying parties while claiming financial hardship. She felt humiliated, the stylist whispered, and worst of all, betrayed. Over the following year, Kim Se-ron is said to have spiraled into a deep depression. She sought counseling multiple times, but received no institutional support. In December 2023, she was found unconscious in her apartment. She left no public statement, only a private note to her younger sister that read, "I'm sorry I let them silence me." Gold medalist has not responded to our request for comment regarding the leaked email. Kim Soo Hyun's legal team has denied all involvement in the incident and has filed defamation lawsuits against several online platforms and individuals. But the damage may already be done. The public is no longer content with silence. The story of Kim Se-ron is no longer just about one night, it's about an entire system built to protect power, even if it means destroying those without it. As for the anonymous stylist, they've since left the industry and now live abroad. I couldn't live with myself knowing what really happened, they said in a final voice message. She was just a kid, and they used her like a shield. The question that remains: how many more will be sacrificed before the truth becomes impossible to bury?